So, games are like every other product, right? So if you have to bring a product to market, you have to figure out whom that product is going to be targeted towards. You have to figure out all the details of segmentation, and very precise segmentation. Actually, I'm a big proponent of very precise segmentation. So how do you precisely position a product? Like if you are writing a game for, girls aged 13 to 17, your product may look very different, have very different colors, versus if you're writing for geeky guys who are really good at video editing, right? So you have to understand your psychographic. I think one of the big watershed moments that happened in the history of gaming happened in the last 2 to 4 years. The 4-year watershed moment, I would say, is the advent of MySpace and Facebook, so the social media uptake. And then the 2-year event is iPhone. So today, if you look at the gaming industry, the social media gaming, especially Facebook gaming, and iPhone gaming are the two biggest segments within the gaming industry, biggest growth segments within the gaming industry: mobile gaming and social media gaming. And I think the fact that those two industries were new industries, they didn't really exist. If you look back, 10 years or even 6-7 years, these industries did not exist. The smartphone reached a whole new level with the advent of the iPhone and the open developer network. Nobody else succeeded in doing an open developer network until the iPhone happened, remember? They have 85,000 applications. We were talking about, what they're seeing. 85,000 application developers is a lot of application developers. So that's the momentum that has given a huge kind of boost to the gaming industry. Well, I think the traditional gaming companies are still doing very well. I mean, if you look at, one of the kind of classic games. I saw this game first in 1991 when I was in college. Is Tetris, right? Tetris is one of the world's most popular games, most addictive games ever. I mean, these guys have taken all the leaps to move from their, single user desktop game to get to all the other nuances and variations to mobile games and social media games and all of these things. So the traditional gaming industry is moving to adapt themselves and get to the next level of these two big trends, mobile gaming and social media gaming. And then, if there are that many game developers and that many games out there, and many of them are really small companies, 2-person shops and 3-person shops, there are like loads of them. These are companies that are going to get acquired. So if you see a gaming company that hits a certain, certain leverage, certain threshold of adoption, users, popularity, all of these things, it's very natural that the larger companies, the Electronic Arts type of companies, are going to acquire some of them. So there should be a lot of M&A at some point. Well, I think it's both, but with one caveat that it's very crowded. The space has become incredibly crowded. So, I mean, if there are 85,000 applications on the iPhone, how do you differentiate? There are opportunities for being more sophisticated gaming. And so by sophisticated gaming, I mean not only algorithmically sophisticated gaming, but also story-wise sophisticated gaming. Right? So if you read my Forbes column from this morning, I've talked a bit about the cusp of gaming and film. So film has come from the linear storytelling world. Gaming has come from a completely non-linear interactive world. But storytelling is powerful. So if you can set a game that is in a really powerful story setting, that's got huge potential. But this is something you're seeing in the virtual world space. But virtual worlds, I think virtual worlds have huge potential. And my kind of one of my real favorite spaces that I haven't seen enough going on yet, but I hope in the next decade it's going to really come up to speed, is the world of edutainment. So if you set educational environments in these kind of storytelling, rich media, gaming kind of environments, I think there's huge potential. Well, I guess a lot of people have a lot of time in their hands. There are a lot of people who are out of jobs and they need an entertainment. So in that sense, yes, I think gaming has been positively impacted. Just like TV has been positive. People watch a lot more TV. People watch a lot more movies, actually, surprisingly. People are watching a lot more movies this recession. And gaming is the other beneficiary of that. But I think really what happened is that the recession... The deep recession started last summer, 2008 summer, but it started setting in by the end of 2007. I think people were pretty much realizing that we were going to a recession by the fall or winter of 2007. But that timeline, if you plot that timeline on a graph, it aligns almost directly with the iPhone timeline. Summer of 2007 is when the iPhone got launched. So with the launch of the iPhone, over the last 2 years, the gaming industry has boomed because people have this platform which is extremely game friendly, and there's a whole slew of developers who are developing games for this platform. Well, I think as far as gaming is concerned, you play a lot of free games, but then there are games that people pay for, right? You subscribe to play certain games, and that's for games that are really popular and have enough, draw. People pay for those games. So that monetization is not that complicated. It's kind of the freemium model that we've come to know in Web 2.0 for the last 5 years now. So that's relatively straightforward. The thing that is interesting is this virtual goods model that has also become a bit of a trend. It's still not, I wouldn't say it has completely blown out of proportion, but it's building up. I think it's that trend of the virtual economy, virtual goods. I think at some point the government, if this becomes highly speculative, just think about it. There is a world of currency trading, right? In real world, there's a world of currency trading. There's a very likely scenario where this virtual goods economy will become yet another virtual currency trading kind of scenario, and it's going to be highly speculative and so on and so forth. The innovation is going to come from a combination of left brain talent and right brain talent. This is a world of storytelling. This is a world of graphics. It's a world of magic. Harry Potter to me is one of the century's biggest ventures. This is a multi-billion-dollar franchise. What did it start with? It started with a story. So the story, the heart of a great entertainment franchise still remains a story, but it's in the combination of storytelling, which is very much a non-geeky talent, and all the algorithmic manifestation, the graphics technology, the advancement of high-end animation at very cost-effective ways. Animation still is expensive. Producing a Pixar film is a very, very expensive affair. If you want to bring that quality of graphics into your gaming, into your virtual world environments, you're going to need to be able to cut down the costs of producing that level of animation, which is fraught with opportunities for innovation from the technology world. So it's a variety of different ways you can look at the problem, depending on who you are, what your talents are, what your skills are, and you would find the innovation opportunity accordingly, but there are lots of different ways to crack this nut.